Somebody got taken. That's a lot of sorry, we did it without looking at it. My bad. I think we finally got them squared away. I think Michael met his. I think got them somewhat straightened out. Yeah. What's happening? How they?
Board meeting to order. At this time, we will do our pledge. We got some guests.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Your pledge tonight was led by our 8th grade student council. The representative for 8th grade is Ms. Bobby Harden. Mrs. Harden, would you like to introduce our students to everyone?
We have Keegan Wright, who is our secretary, Harper Cornelius, Sam Nearing, Eli Endicott, Bolton Haganaw, and Rachel Johnson.
All members of it.
Yes. So the other
Give
kids
them a round of
had,
applause. Boys, girls, anything you want to say about being on student council in general, or?
We're doing a fundraiser for the Animal Welfare League.
That's awesome.
In December, can you guys talk about what you did in December? Who you went and visited, what you took for your service project?
In December, we went to the Ben-Hur nursing home and we gave blankets to all of the elderly folk. And we got to talk to them for a good amount of time.
So each month, the 8th grade student council, with the assistance of Mrs. Harden, have created different themes and different things to do service projects for our community. So last month, Ben-Hur, they're looking at going back and Love Your Elders in February and working with them again. And this month, they're working with the animal shelter and make sure to supply them with the things that they need. So lots of service activities going on in junior high. Great job, guys.
We are going to have you, if you'll start with Mr. Pickman and shake hands. And thank you for being here to lead us in our pledge. Thank you. Nice work. Good job. Okay.
Yeah, you guys are finished. Well done. You can head on out.
Mr. Reeves, when you call roll. I will. Mr. Bannon. Mrs. X. Mr. Mason. Present. Mr. Watson. Here. Mr. Cornelius. Here. Mr. Kincaid. Present. Dr. Hill.
Here.
All present. Welcome and recognition of visitors. Ms. Busenbarg has a presentation for us.
Now, before Ms. Busenbarg speaks, I just want to let the audience know that January is School Board Appreciation Month. So if we could give our board a round of applause for all of their. They truly do give up a lot of hours, dedicate a lot of time, come to all the events, and in terms of passion for our students and the community, and just the families, of making sure that everything is done just the way they feel it should be done in terms of being best for our community. They just really put everything in. So thank you very much. In your honor, we do have a cake, and we will start cutting some pieces so that even if you leave early, please grab one on your way out, some water, if you want to stay around at the end and have a piece, but we want to make sure that everybody knows there is cake here. So just thank you very much. All right, I'm sorry.
Before Mrs. Busenbark starts, just speaking in regards to the school board, I want to assure everyone we are not responsible for 2-hour delays, since I'm getting tagged in posts in regards to the Indiana-Miami championship football game. But I am here to voice my support, trying to win popular school board member of the year. I assured the person online that this is not something that we are responsible for, but I do fully support a 2-hour delay if Dr. Hofer chooses to do it. I just want to make that clear, not our responsibility, not the weeds, but I was gonna say, I wish it was Purdue, but do they have a football team? I have 2 kids that went there, I don't care.
I already take a beating, so to speak, for my delay calls for bad weather. So now I don't know what to do about the site. So we shall see. But when Purdue, the basketball team makes it, where do we stop? Because we would have to have one for that as well. So we'll see what happens. Thank you, Mrs. I don't know if we want to do Ms. Busenbark's presentation or our recognition of our student and staff first. Let's do our students and staff.
All right. So, I'll read through each one, and as I read through each one, Mrs. Myers is going to have a certificate for you, so make sure to receive it. So we'll start with Ladoga.
I'm sorry, do you want to just come closer to, come close to the front, yes. Let's see here, yeah, you just can't get off the hook.
No, I was all right, so I'll start with Ladoga, and I'm going to start with the student of the month. It's Maverick Lowe. And some sweet words said about Maverick include Maverick has shown remarkable growth, and we are proud to recognize his hard work and positive attitude. Maverick has adjusted to school beautifully. Each day he arrives with a smile that brightens the room and readiness to learn. He consistently puts forth effort, approaches challenges with determination, and shows steady academic and personal growth. Maverick's enthusiasm for school and his commitment to doing his best make him a standout student in Mrs. McCormick's class. We are so proud of his progress he has made and excited to see all he will continue to accomplish. Great job. The other student of the month is Miles Morris from Ladoga. And some of the nice things said about Miles includes Miles has been working incredibly hard, and his determination and effort have truly paid off. He has made amazing growth on his Dibble scores, showing just how much progress is possible when you don't give up. Beyond his academic success, Miles is a sweet, caring, and kind student who brings positivity to the classroom each day. We are so proud of Miles and all that he has accomplished. Keep shining, Miles. For the staff of the month for Ladoga, it's Mrs. Kim Tricker. And some of the nice things said about Mrs. Tricker include Kim has taken on a huge role in supporting Mrs. Perry and our 3-year-old preschoolers. And her impact is felt every single day. With 15 busy students, Kim is instrumental in ensuring that each child's needs are met. From toileting, lunch, and dressing to playtime, and being ready to read. She shows up daily with a smile on her face and love and compassion in her heart, always making decisions that are truly best for kids. Kim is Mrs. Perry's right hand, and together they make an incredible team that provides a safe, nurturing, and joyful learning environment for our youngest Mounties. Thank you. Okay, now on to Newmarket. Newmarket student of the month is Olivia Vanilla. Is that right? Vanilla. Olivia Vanilla is a bright and cheerful first grade student who brings positivity to the classroom each day. She is kind to everyone she meets and is always willing to help her classmates and her teacher. Olivia's friendly smile and caring attitude make her a joy to be around, and she sets a wonderful example of kindness for others. Okay, and the staff of the month for Newmarket is Emma Maury. So some of the kind things about Emma. We are pleased to recognize Ms. Emma Maury, our Newmarket staff member of the month. Mrs. Maury is a speech language pathologist who genuinely cares for all of her students. She uses fun, unique techniques to teach her students. The students love going to speech and show great growth. Mrs. Maury is a team player that works hard to help all of her students to be successful. She is a true asset to our school, and we are lucky to have her as part of our team. Now on to Walnut. Walnut student of the month is Hadley Williams. So pretty tonight. Some of the nice things about Hadley. Hadley brings kindness and positivity to our classroom each and every day. She is smart, eager to learn, and always willing to help her classmates when they need support. Her thoughtful nature and respectful attitude make her a wonderful student. I am very proud of the way she treats others and the effort she puts into her schoolwork each day. Good job, Kayla. And staff member of the month for Walnut is Essence Dittmer. Essence Dittmer is one of the second grade teachers and is a hard worker and very dedicated to her students. She is consistently kind, helpful, and supportive to everyone around her. She is a true team player who is always willing to step in and help whenever needed. Most importantly, she is a wonderful role model for her students, showing them what it means to be respectful, caring, and responsible. Our school and our kids are lucky to have her. Now on to the junior high. Our student of the month this month is Mr. Cameron Stokes. Hi, Cameron, what I have to say about you. Cameron is a wonderful example of kindness and character at Southmont Junior High. A friend to all, Cameron is always quick to notice when someone is alone and goes out of his way to make them feel included. His sweet nature and genuine kindness shine through in everything he does. Cameron also brings joy and energy whenever he goes somewhere, especially on the dance floor. This kid can cut a rug. I'm amazed by his cutting a rug at the dance. At the winter dance, he confidently danced his heart out, spreading smiles and positivity to everyone to see. Cameron is truly a great kid with outstanding character. Thanks so much. And our staff member of the month is Mrs. Pam Rush. Pam is truly deserving of being named the staff member of the month at Southmont Junior High. She carries the weight of the special education department with dedication, professionalism, and grace. I don't know how you do it on a daily basis. She is dependable, sincere, and demonstrates exceptional attention to detail in all that she does. She builds deep, lasting relationships with parents and maintains open lines of communication between home and school. Most importantly, Pam genuinely cares for each of her and every student, always making them their top priority both inside and outside of the classroom. She is a shining example of an exceptional teacher, and we are grateful for her positive impact that she makes every day. Okay, on to the high school. Our student of the month for the high school is Natalie Nelson. Some of the nice things said about you, Natalie, include she has been selected as student of the month for Southmont High School. She is a dedicated leader with the Interact Club, where she consistently works hard to support others and make a positive impact in both the school and the community. Her willingness to step up, help where needed, and lead by example make her a wonderful role model for her peers. Congratulations. And last but certainly not least is staff member of the month for the high school, Allie Cranack. Allie Kranek has been selected as Staff Member of the Month for Southmont High School. She is beginning her master's degree in Spanish to better support the students pursuing in the Indiana's College Corps in their future, demonstrating her strong commitment to student success. She consistently works hard to provide her students with the best possible opportunities, and her dedication to professional growth directly benefits our school community. Congratulations.
At this time, we would love if you received the certificate to come out to the lobby and we'll get pictures. Thank you.
on. Now, this is regard to share junior high information with us.
First of all, share some junior high information. So I wanted to start off by just giving you some demographics of the junior high, to kind of understand who we are. At this point right now, we have 366 students enrolled in 6th through 8th grade. 39% of them are on free or reduced lunch. Within the junior high, those teachers who teach 6 periods within the junior high, out of the 7, we have 21 certified teachers. Then we share 11 additional staff. So there's staff who come over from New Market to help with our specials, with our 6th grade. We also have high school instructors who teach 2 to 3 periods of A4s as well. We have 5 instructional assistants who also help support our special ed staff, and we have 3 teachers of special ed. So there's 8 who help support the special ed department. So going through and just kind of looking at who our people are, that's our administrative team. You have myself, Mr. Wise, he's new to the junior high this year. He is our dean of students and athletic director. He's doing an amazing job getting his feet wet and getting used to everything going on. We have Miss Beach, who is our school counselor, taking care of all of our students in the junior high with the 21st Century Scholars, helping with our scheduling and also helping with the day-to-day ins and outs of our students. And then Mrs. Police is our full-time secretary. Then we have our language arts department. We have 2 6th grade teachers, Mrs. France and Mrs. Fox. Mrs. France has 1 enriched reading class. All the other ones are the general 6th grade reading. Mrs. Lashley has 1 enriched reading class and then 4 other regular rotational readings. Mrs. McCants supports Mrs. Lashley so they can split the reading and the language. So she teaches the language arts components along with the writing components in the 7th grade. And then Mrs. Jones is our lone wolf in the 8th grade, who takes care of 6 classes, 1 being enriched and the rest being that of 7th or 8th grade reading. In math, we have an almost entirely new team this year. Mr. McCormick likes to go outside the box when it comes to his convictions.
We could have changed that picture for this. We all know special. Just wait till next year now.
I roll, Ms. McCormick.
We are not related.
I just thought you had to have your thing.
Yeah.
Besides Mrs. McCormick, we have an entirely new math team. We have Mrs. Flystone in 6th grade and Mr. King and Mr. Couch in the 8th grade. We have hit the jackpot in the math department, and I believe I can only see our scores going above and beyond this year with our math department. I am thoroughly impressed with who I have in our places here. Mrs. McCormick gets to teach 2 7th grade advanced 6th grade classes, so those kids are really immersed in 7th grade curriculum. Mr. King has 2 pre-algebra classes that he teaches, so those are advanced and enriched. And Mr. Couch takes on all the 8th grade because Mrs. Williver is in the high school and she takes our algebra kids. So he has smaller groups to help really target those kids who need those intervention pieces. And so he gets to really look at those kids in depth within the 8th grade. So our math department, I can see nothing but amazing things happening. Moving into social studies, we have 3 teachers, 1 per grade level within social studies. Each one of them teaches 6 sections of it. So Mrs. Snook is our 6th grade, Mr. Flagg is our 7th, and Mrs. Anderson is our 8th grade. Mrs. Anderson is new to our school this year as well. She is an exceptional teacher as well. I'm really glad to see what I'm seeing in that classroom. So that's our social studies. Science, I added Mrs. Albertson in here, but we have Mrs. Albertson, who is our 6th grade computer science rotational teacher from 1 class period, and then 8th grade computer science teacher, where those kids are getting that high school credit for that class for a semester. So she's getting every 8th grader this year at some point, either first semester or second semester, and each one is going to receive their computer science credit for the high school, their 8th grade year. She was part-time. She is now a full-time teacher in our building, so she's doing amazing things. We have Mrs. Ramondo, who is 6th grade, Mrs. Burris, who is 7th grade, and Mrs. Dennis, who is 8th. Our 8th grade also has biology, which is selected based on grade averages, I-learn scores. So if they're not in 8th grade science with Mrs. Dennis, they head to the high school with Mrs. King, and they're taking biology 1 with her. So we have 4, but we also have a 5th one as well. Moving on, we have our health, PCC, and PE teachers. Mrs. Barnhart is working with our students, and those are 8th graders who are receiving those accredited pieces within preparing for college and careers first semester and in health for the second semester. So she is gaining our kids 2 credits in 8th grade before they go to high school. And then Sir Buck offsets our 8th grade computer science class for Mrs. Albertson, and he gets a semester of PE for every 8th grade student. Then we have our special ed team. We have 3 special ed education teachers in our building of Miss Benj. She is also our modified curriculum teacher. She works with the attainment curriculum. And so any kid who's had modified curriculum within the elementaries who are moving up or have been changed over to the IM assessment are getting that modified curriculum. So she is the one taking care of those students. There are not a lot right now, but we continue to have them still pouring into that. She services 6th through 8th grade within being the teacher of record. So does Mrs. Rush and Mr. Trotline. Each teacher also has a resource period where they're helping kids who need those extra pieces and that extra time to work on skills and classroom. So moving into the data. As you look at our 24-25 school year data, you can see that we were above state average in every single area. The highlights that are really nice to point out is if you look at 8th grade, 8th grade state average was 43% reading. We hit that 66%. So we were 23% above state level within our reading in 8th grade. And in our math in 8th grade, we were 21% above the state averages. We're knocking it out of the park, and I expect that. That's a huge expectation in the junior high, and we will continue to perform in those manners. If not even higher. So that's just what we looked like last year. I can't wait to see what we look like this year. The checkpoints are helping drive that. We're getting remediation in. We have our math teachers who are working after school with students. They're remediating in the classroom. We have teachers who are pulling them from PE if needed to work on their additives that they're not getting, or if they're intentional learners, they're getting extra benefits in that area. So we're hitting it out of the park. Some of the other things, paving their path into the high school. You can see that our advanced placement, we have 41 students currently enrolled in Algebra 1. That's 34% of our 8th grade who are enrolled in Algebra 1. There's a higher criteria for students to be enrolled in bio. So bio 1, we have 29 students, and also parents elect not to have their kid in there. That's one of those things where we place them, and sometimes the parents come back and say, I don't think my child's ready, so they won't have them go. We still have 23% of our 8th grade in biology 1. We have 44 students in 7th grade who are currently enrolled in pre-algebra, who are paving the path into that Algebra 1 piece in their 8th grade year. That's 34% of our 7th grade. We have 32 students in our 7th grade math in 6th grade. So they are ready for pre-algebra next year, and then algebra their 8th grade. So you can see that our numbers are still high, and we're still pushing those kids. There's roughly about 30 students per grade level within enriched reading. So that's based on iLearn scores, past proficiency, teacher observations, and grades, all going back to make sure that these students are placed in the right area. The other thing that we're really paving the path to high school with is our 21st century enrollment. Miss Beach, our school counselor, really works with our students to make sure that they're getting in there, logging into the system. She calls in the 21st century people to work with them. But we have 25% of our 8th graders currently enrolled, and we have 40% of our 7th graders who are currently enrolled. Within saying that, there is income criteria that students have to make to be able to be involved. So if they hit that threshold, that might count them out. So that might help with saying the numbers are different within our 8th grade and our 7th grade. It is income driven. They also have to work on a GPA of 2.5 or higher, and they have to be looking at a 440 diploma or the new diploma that's coming up. So I'm really enthused to see that, we have 40% of our 7th grade already enrolled, ready to go. That's great college. Looking at accountability, we have a new accountability model coming out, and they're going to be looking at academic mastery as a part of it, but also the attendance piece and advanced placement. Advanced placement, we're doing very well in. There's 2 other places that we really have to make sure that we're hitting the nail on the head, and that's the academic mastery, and that's students' performance on the math and the reading ELA. They're giving points for both meets, approaches, highly, the highly proficient, and even some points for below if they're showing growth. We continue to outperform the state. What I need to continue to see though is that we are growing within math. If you look at the GPS dashboard, we are growing, but we need to grow a little faster. And I think with the proper people in place now that we will do just that. Right now in 6th grade, we have 43.9% growth. The state is at 35%. So we are well above. Now by 2030, the state's requirement is 45.8%. We're gonna be just fine, but I expect us to be even higher than that, not just at that level. So some of the things I'm gonna continue to do is I'm gonna continue interventions with and grouping our students with assessment data. We're gonna be, we have highly qualified instructors within our 67th and 8th grade. The other area is that of attendance. And the state is really keen on attendance this year within 10 days. 94% attendance rate is you can only miss 10 days or less. And that will count towards that accountability piece. Currently, we are at 64%. The state average is at 64%. So what can we do as a school to really step up our game and make sure our kids are attending? Well, we're gonna really work on attendance monitoring. Mr. Wise and I have worked really hard to make sure phone calls are being made, contracts are being sent out, letters, incentives, all these different pieces are in play now that these parents are being held accountable for things that we can hold them accountable for, but we're also looking at it through our lens on where are these undocumented doctor's notes at? When can we get them in? Are there things that we're missing that we need to revamp our system with? So we're making sure we have our things in place and the state has, or the parents have their things in place. Next thing is raising the bar in 8th grade credited coursework. This is part of the accountability model as well. Right now, our 8th graders can leave the junior high with 9 high school credits. That's huge. That's more than we've ever been able to offer, and I love it, and I hope we can continue to extend that. As you can see, we have Algebra 1, that's 2 credits, Biology 1, Preparing for College and Careers, and Health are the 2 that are 1 semester each. Computing Foundations with Mrs. Albertson, and then those last 3 are offered as high school electives: Engineering Essentials, Intro to Ag, and Intro to Business. All 3 of them are pathways within the high school. Students get to be immersed in them all in 7th grade year and kind of pick what they really are interested in their 8th grade year. So 9 credits of our kids are walking to high school, which is going to be amazing. Okay, some of our current distinctions. We have the Purple Star, and we also are STEM certified. Looking at the state website, we are only one of 22 junior highs who have earned the distinction of being a STEM school. And working with that, Mrs. Albertson and I, we just did receive more grant money to extend our NMAC lab, so we're going to be getting more Dubots. We're really looking at trying to get some drones into our building to really expand and move those kids into that STEM. So those are 2 of our distinctions. And as you met some of our 8th grade student council earlier, you got to see that we are service in action. A lot of our kids are really pushing to do other service activities. There's a couple of the ones we did. We also did the Share Your Thanksgiving, donating over 500 cans to the fish food pantry during Thanksgiving time. Then the lap blankets that our students made with the help of Mrs. Harden. We took them to the Ben-Hur Rehabilitation Center for them, and we also are working on the animal food drive this year, or this month. The next thing. And then, of course, the junior high, we have really high expectations on the field and off the field. And here are some of the things that we're doing in the classrooms, as you can see in Mr. Allen's room. They're testing bridge weight and working on the engineering piece. You have in Mrs. Albertson's room, working through the different aspects of coding. Our students perform and do outstanding, amazing jobs within the choir. And we do a lot of cooperative learning. When you walk into the building, you'll see a lot of the cooperative learning going on where they're working together and they're figuring out things. And the teachers that facilitate where they're not the ones up there directing it. Then our sports. Our kids are exceptional athletes, and it's nice to see them working hard in the classroom and working hard on the field as well. There's just some of our sports in action. We have wrestling going on now, swimming going on. Our girls' basketball is getting ready to be fired up, so everything starts really to take form and shape this next week. The practice has been going on the last couple of weeks. And then celebrations, we like to also have fun. We've had a Pack the Stands night in September, where students were able to stay after school. We had 101 students who stayed after school at 3 o'clock, were fed, got to be immersed with their friends, and then they were able to it was kind of chaos. It was fun chaos. So there was tennis, soccer, volleyball, so they were able to kind of see the entire aspect of that. And then our winter dance just happened right before Christmas break, December 12th. We had 233 students attend our winter dance, and they had a blast. Live DJ, a photo booth, just lots of fun and lots of memories made. And I want to invite all of you. We have some opportunities coming up right before spring break. February 18th, we have another Pack the Stands night. It's going to be superhero themed, and it's going to really charge our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade girls basketball team. They're all playing that night. North Pud is 7th and 8th grade, and we play, I think, Lebanon in 6th grade action. So the 18th information is going to be sent out this next week, so we can really gather interest and really push it. March 13th is our spring dance. So it's casual, semi-formal. Usually they're pretty formal in it. We'll have a DJ and a photo booth as well, and that's about a week before spring break. And then the last day, right before spring break, to try to help with the attendance piece as well, we have our science fair, and that's school-wide. It takes place in our junior high gym, and during their science classes, they have to present their projects. Mrs. Dennis is in charge of the science team, and she's already sent out the details. The team's been working on Wednesdays. They're letting the kids really get immersed within the science fair piece, and then they're going to present that 20th. So I encourage you and would love to see you all come by, help us out with the spring dance if you'd like. And Pack the Stands is really close. So thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone have any questions for Ms. Busenberg from the audience or the board? I don't know if you could answer this, it might be too more of the high school, but because they're taking those earlier electives in the business, engineering, and ag, does that mean that we have stuff for them, like the dual credit? Do all three of those departments offer dual credit?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
No, I do that. No, they
It
do.
came out, yeah. Equal lines with the high school, those are the first class you can take, and then you take the next class in high school as a junior and senior for those
Okay.
classes.
Okay, so there are dual credit in all three of those categories. Awesome, that's awesome. Nice job, Ms. Busenberg.
Nice job.
That was an
Thank you.
excellent and
Thank
very thorough presentation. Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda, this being January, it's time to reorganize the board and do a lot of different appointments. Board elections, do I have any nominations for president?
Nominate Jerry.
I second it. Motion by Mr. Watson, and I believe it was Mr. Reeves. All those in favor? Opposed? So no. I'm abstaining. Do I have a motion for vice president?
I nominate Mrs. Second.
Mr. Reeves, and the second was
Mason.
Mr. Mason. All those in favor? Opposed? 7-0. Nomination for secretary?
Nominate Dave Reeves. Is it Dave or is it me? It's me. Oh, I'm secretary. You're the secretary. Yeah, motion for Dave Reeves. No, I second so.
A motion by Mr. Mason and a second by Mr. Watson. All those in favor? 7-0. Assistant Secretary.
Nominate Eric Mason.
Motion by Mr. Bannon, second by Mr. Watson. All those in favor? 7-0. Okay. We gotta do this approval nomination since we voted on all of them. Okay. Do I have a motion to approve all the nominations?
So moved. Second.
Was that you, Mr. Cornelius?
No, that was Mason.
Mr. Mason?
Mr. Reed nominated it, Mr. Mason
Yeah,
seconded it.
got it. All those in favor? 7-0. Okay, now we need to appoint the corporation treasurer and corporation attorney.
I make a motion that Kristen Charles is our treasurer, and I make a motion, can I do it at the same time? And a motion for Taylor Manette Clutter Schneider to be our attorney.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Hess, a second by Mr. Reeves to appoint our treasurer and attorney. All those in favor? 7-0. I need a motion to appoint our medical advisor.
Could that be done?
We're doing it still through Proactive MD, they're not charging us,
Perfect, cool motion for that.
so through our health insurance, they're providing that service, so,
Motion for proactive MD, if I heard that correctly.
yes.
Ms. Charles would still be then that Dr. Patel, but
I think he's still their medical
Yeah.
advisor, so I don't wanna put it, it's Proactive MD, whoever their doctor is, and
Okay.
I do think it is Dr. Bill still, but I have.
unless he's
it's gonna be
retired.
changed, but- Yeah.
Just saying.
Motion,
Second. Who's it?
that was Mr. Mason.
Sure.
And second by Ms. Hess. All those in favor? Okay, it's time to approve the dates and locations for all the board meetings.
We change location.
I approve all the dates and the location of this office, this building for the 2026 school year.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Hess and second by Mr. Reeves to approve the meeting dates and locations for 2026. All those in favor? 7-0. All right, motion to authorize the board president to appoint individual board members to committees.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Mason, a second by Mr. Reeves. All those in favor? 7-0. Okay, so now the fun begins. We can appoint the ISBSA legislative and policy
I make,
liaison.
I make a motion that Jake Watson be the ISBA legislative liaison.
Second.
Got a motion by Ms. Hess and a second by Mr. Reeves to appoint, Mr. Watson as our ISBA liaison. All those in favor? 7-0.
I make a motion. Push this off one side.
Please.
Oh, I know what's gonna happen. Can we discuss this? Does anyone wanna be the policy liaison?
For Neola, they want to hang out with me for hours.
Would you like to do it?
Whatever. Hey.
We're restricting.
Ew. Does anyone that has
Jason has zero responsibility. You said it's my wife. Make a motion for Jason. I second.
Okay, we got a motion from Mr. Bannon to be our policy liaison by Mr. Mason, second by
Our
Mr.
students
Watson.
and staff of the month did not act like this.
A lot of politeness.
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Okay, so Jason, you're the Neola, I'll have to switch Mr. Mason on the calendar. You know, you're just like, doesn't even know what to do with themselves.
Been done for
I know.
10 something years.
Okay, we've got all the appointments done there, so now we need to move on to our Board of Finance meeting. We do our annual meeting once a year. Need to do the recommendation of officers first. Do I have a nomination for the president?
I make a motion that Jerry is the president of that as well.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Hess, second by Mr. Watson. All those in favor? Motion for the secretary.
Make a motion that Kristen Charles is the secretary of the finance board as well.
Second.
Ms. Hess. Motion, Mr. Reeves the second. All those in favor? 7-0. Now we will move on to the financial report.
Okay. I got it. So the first thing, I may go a little out of order than how she, well, I can start. Okay. So we have 8 checks that we're gonna cancel. It appears, like, because of the 2 years, so for new board members, this is your first reorg meeting, we have to, any check that's 2 years or older at the end of 23, we can cancel. And the money just goes back and funded without us. It appears on all of these as we look through them today. Used to, this was like when I first started, like pages and pages of checks, but we're trying to stay on top and we're calling people as soon as they're not checked within about 2 months, just be like, hey, did you get the check? Where's the check at? We've extended a little past 2 months because we have some trouble with mail sometimes getting there quickly. So, but all of the checks that we're canceling, it appears that they have no outstanding balance. So some of them, the check got lost. It could have been the check. I can void a check when they return it, like if it's a duplicate payment or something on the check. But if it goes past like those 60 days, I typically don't void them until I put them on this report, since we didn't do it in the same month as the month after the check was written, just out of transparency. So we have 8 total. It's under 40,000. One of them was a big one to amplify, but like all of these places they're with, we wouldn't be able to do business with if we had any open balances. So we've double checked, there's no open balances. A couple of the checks I do know got lost in the mail, so we canceled, like we'll void them out and they go back to the original fund now. So I'll show that in Friday notes. It's no personal checks to anyone. There's no payroll checks that haven't been cashed or any stipend checks. It's all just to other businesses, so we have 0 accounts with. But we'll put that in Friday notes, the list. And then our interest report for 2025, Bank 8, which is our business checking account, the main account, that's where any non-debt purchases ran in and out of that account, is at Hoosier Heartland State Bank, and the interest we earned in 2025 was $7,324.93. Obviously, it's the lowest interest rate of all of our accounts because the money's in and out constantly, so it's not a continuous. Our Bank 13 is our money market savings account, which we do truly use as a savings account. Knock on wood, I've never moved money out of there in the 8 years that it's been there. So that has earned interest this past year of $164,167.76. Bank 23 was our GEO bond of 2022. That'll be closing soon because like once we write the last check back to the school to reimburse, because that had to be a separate checking account. So Bank 23 and 24 both gonna be closed, but their interest earned for 23 was $7,582.29, and then Bank 24, which is the GEO bond of 23, we earned $61,631.98 in interest. So on the Bank 8, we currently put the interest just in 0101 other for revenue. And the same with Bank 13, we're just putting it back in the education fund. We can split that. There's no rule, as long as it's one of those 2 funds. In the GEO bond, those 2 funds, that interest has to go back into that fund to be used towards projects. But, $61,000, that covers another project. So we've really worked hard with the bank to make sure we maximize our interest rate. There were some different rules with interest. There still are, you have a time limit, but we engage with Ice Miller as well to run that to make sure that we don't exceed past what you're allowed to collect in interest. So both of those accounts will be closed. So we'll be down to 2 checking accounts again, 2 accounts basically probably next month, starting in February. But the interest rates for this year, currently for Bank 8, will still be 0.15%, which is fairly typical for the account that your money is moving in and out of the most. And then Bank 13 was part of the year last year at 3.5%. They did lower it to 3%, and they're honoring 3% to start the year. I talked with our bank person last week. As of right now, the forecast is still stable for those of you interest rates on those two accounts for this year. So we monitor that. We kind of see, we watch what the Indiana Bond Bank is offering, which they do for schools and things, but the interest really isn't enough differential to move it and then move it back and have access to it. So far we just have the year because we're collecting enough interest out of that. The new debt that we just extended and sold in December is, for the board members that here when we did the project in 17, we don't write those checks. So that is through the building corp, which I'm the building corp representative. So we just have to take all the bills. We go get it notarized, the total, and then I send it to Argent Bank, which used to be Huntington, but Huntington sold our debt to Argent. So all of our debt is through them. So then they write those checks and maintain the balances and all of that. So that's how the lease bond works versus the general obligation. That's why we'll go down to 2 bank accounts. So then the other is the DUAB, which is the Distressed Unit Appeals Board, sends out your unit. There's nothing alarming on that report. There's no changes that are significant other than our ADM going up, which is a positive. In that report, there's nothing. The DUAB report is the financial fiscal indicators that they put in place. Gosh, time flies. So probably at least 5 years ago now, because we had some schools that went bankrupt, which shouldn't really happen. So then they created this board based on those 2 schools for the rest of us to have another report to complete. So they put this together. They pull it from our Form 9. They pull it from Gateway. They pull it from our 100R, all the different reports we do as a district. They pull from that and put it into this. There's nothing alarming on the financial indicators. I didn't really notice any changes. Last week, it just kind of marks if we have debt or not. The other thing that we didn't really do a super deep dive into is we just had our Standards and Poor's rating call for the debt, and we're still ranked as high as you can be for a school. So that's all based on finances only and long-term planning, which we have both in place soundly. So no real concerns in that part either. I can put the link in Friday. I can give it to Dr. Hofer to put in the Friday notes, the link to it, but it's a bunch of charts that don't even make sense when I do it every day. But so that's that part. I think really is that it that we're supposed to discuss in our finance meeting. I don't think or recommendation for any I say we keep our money in the bank accounts for now unless another opportunity arises. We do keep an eye on short-term CDs. There's just a risk in that because, we've done it once before with GeoBond money because we knew the furniture, we weren't going to pay it till the summer and we can collect big interest that way, but we would never do it with like all of Bank 13. But if we ever saw the potential for a CD that we could put a part of it in there and gain a big amount of interest that we could use towards something or just to beef up our savings, we would do that. But Mike and I kind of look at that every few months too. But right now, other than the bond bank or a CD, there's really nothing just because we don't want our money locked in where we can't get it in case anything ever happened. So that's kind of the plan. And then I know Mike and Matt are going to come meet again later this year, like we do probably in June or May. After we get to the short legislative session again, an update on our fiscal report and just how things are looking. So we'll do that this late spring or early summer too. But if you have any questions or follow-up.
Thank you.
Anybody got any questions? Got a motion to accept the.
So moved.
Charles, did you bring the sheet for the name stamps?
Everybody's already got them.
Perfect.
Motion by Mr. Watson and a second by Mr. Cornelius to accept the annual financial report. All those in favor? Opposed? 7-0. We'll move on. Dr. Hofer, is there any revisions to the agenda?
No, there are no revisions to the agenda this evening.
Do we have anybody sign up for public comments? Public comments. We'll move on to the consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
Sorry.
Got a motion by Ms. Hess, and who was the second down there? Mr. Reeves. Is there any discussion on the consent agenda? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? 7-0. Total payroll and claims for the month was $2,011,590.85.
And just to note, that includes our debt payment, and then we had our raises and contract increases were in there December, that's why that looks bigger than usual.
Okay, next, items for action. Cancellation of the contract with Cummings Behavioral Health System.
Thank you, Mr. Kincaid. I'm just requesting your approval this evening for cancellation of the contract with Cummins Behavioral Health Systems. Cummins is one of two. We also work with Valley Oaks. Cummins recently exercised their right to terminate their contract with us. So they initiated it via email. And I know it's like a breakup, but no meetings, but it really is a catch-22 because in their defense, they're wanting more students referred, but our principals and contact folks at our schools, there's no therapist to refer to. So Cummins is saying we can't get a therapist without having so many kids already waiting. Families are saying, nope, I would prefer to work with Valley Oaks because I don't want to wait. What if they don't get a therapist and it's, 3 months down the road? So there really is it really just was not working mutually. We're excited with Valley Oaks. We're going to meet with Valley Oaks to see if we can expand our services with Valley Oaks. But moving back to Cummins, they are exercising their right, and I would like to just ask for your approval to go ahead and cancel the contract. It would be end of the school year with elementary and end of January for secondary.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Mason, second by Mr. Reeves. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? 7-0. Report from the superintendent.
Thank you very much. Again, Board Appreciation Month, the cake has been a hit. Please make sure you take a piece on your way out, and thank you for everything you do. Our 8th grade student council kids are pretty awesome. They're doing fantastic things every month at the buildings and in the community, and they did a really nice job with the pledge. I know Ms. Hess mentioned that 2-hour delay. Unless we have a board majority, I just don't know. If it was Purdue, we'd probably consider it.
That's enough.
Agreed.
I'm gonna cover it out you at the moment. Past that,
In all seriousness, we are Indiana people, we live here, we do want Indiana to win. We do not want Miami to win. No, we don't. We don't want Indiana to win. No, we do. You don't?
We're sport.
I know, but we have to at least take care of ours.
Maybe it'll be foggy, it'll be a 2-hour delay anyway.
I know.
We didn't think.
Our students and staff of the month, just again, I always like to highlight some of the words I hear, and it never ceases to amaze me in terms of just the students we have here at Southmont and the staff. But growth, which I love hearing the word growth when we're now in January. So from first semester to second semester, that's amazing. Kindness, joyful learning environment, and dedication. So those are some key words that stood out to me, and we're just really proud of our students and our staff. And of course, reorganization of the board stayed the same, so that's always good. And all of our Board of Finance, thank you, Mrs. Charles. So, and of course, thank you, Mr. Bannon, for now doing the OLA, being so excited about that. And this has been the legislative and policy for quite a few years, and I think she sprung that on Mr. Watson. I asked ahead of time. I do the RDC, that's enough. That's enough.
We would ask.
You were voluntold.
Holy.
Literally just, last but not least, we are in 2026, second semester. We're excited, ready to go. And at this point, we'll be gearing up all the way till we hit spring break. So I'm hopeful that there are no major weather systems. I like to have no snow, but if we do, I'm sure Mr. Reeves he likes to drive at midnight or 4 a.m. and then text me his thoughts on what it should be. Kind of how fast people are going on the road. So it's been just a really good semester, and that would conclude my report for this evening.
Thank you. Any items for discussion by the board? Do I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second. Mr. Reeves and Mr. Bannon.
All right.